Guten Tag, or hello. I'm Chad, and today we're making the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, or Black Forest cake. If you know anything about the Black Forest, it's whipped cream, cherries, chocolate. The reason Black Forest cake is called Black Forest cake, it actually primarily uses a brandy called Kirshwasser. And Kirshwasser is made from actually the pits of the cherry, and it's a brandy brewed from that. So it's very traditional. So I have two 9-inch chocolate cakes. I'll assemble this cake in 3 layers. I prefer 3 just because the ratio of cream to cake is a little better for the mouthfeel. So first, we're gonna put our chocolate layer down. And what I did ahead of time is here, I have a simple syrup. This is equal parts sugar and water, and then I added a little bit of the Kirschwasser brandy to this. So I want to soak my chocolate layer, and pretty aggressively. Again, a lot of the point of this is it's to highlight the Kirschwasser. And now what I'm gonna do is, just to be a little efficient, I'm gonna soak my other 2 layers so when I assemble it, it's that much easier. Ahead of time, I made this cherry filling, and these are specific style of brandied cherries. You can get these from a specialty store online. They are gratin-style cherries that are soaked in brandy. From there, I took those cherries and took cherry juice with cornstarch and cooked it and made a filling that you see here. Again, all the recipes will attach below. You can see it in the description. Another key ingredient is the cream. This is whipped cream with sugar, vanilla, and Kirschwasser whipped up. Now we're ready to assemble our cake. We'll take a little bit of the whipped cream, put it in the bag. So what we can do is start from the outside edge and then work our way in. Okay, and then make a border wall. Next, get our cherry filling. And again, this cherry filling is very strong. You don't need a lot. You want to make sure that there's an equal quantity in every bite, but a little goes a long way. So now we'll add our next cake. And again, we soaked this side. So I'll flip it over, add my next layer of cake on. And when I soak, I make sure that I'm not soaking all over the place like this, right? I could soak like this, but I soak very systematically to make sure that the distribution of soak is equal for every bite. So I dip, place, move, dip, place, move, dip, place, move. Now what we're going to do is clean up our board, and we're going to add a little bit of a coating to the outside of this, and then we're going to finish it and then make some garnish, which is going to be chocolate work for the outside. So let's start here. If you're doing this ahead of time, you can put this in the fridge and let it set up for a little bit if that makes you more comfortable icing. You don't have to ice the cake right away like I am. We'll clean up the top. And if there are any errors like on the corners, we're going to be covering this up with chocolate as well, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Now we're going to let this set in the fridge, and we're going to make our chocolate garnishes to attach to it next. Here I have some dark chocolate. This is like a dark chocolate couverture, 64% chocolate. What I'm going to do is make some chocolate garnishes with this. So I need a spatula and a chef knife. So we're going to make just some basic shavings to start. So we're going to take a little scoop of chocolate, place it on the table, spread it out. And what this is doing is the chocolate's warm and this is tempering it. So you'll see it starting to get light. So you can see we made some basic curls with this, some straws, and then with all the extra, we create shavings to go along the top. Now, if you have a marble slab, that works absolutely great as well. If you don't have obviously a giant stainless steel table like this, this will be one part of the garnish. And you know, you can buy store-made shavings, but nothing tastes as good as real chocolate. You can buy coating chocolate. Again, nothing tastes like real chocolate. And if you're gonna make a Black Forest cake, you have to do it with real chocolate. There's no other way. The traditionalists would turn in their grave. So you can see as soon as I start hitting this, you see it starts solidifying onto the table. It's because the table's cold, the chocolate is just warm. And you could do this, I'm doing this with a chef knife, right? But if let's say you wanted some straight guys, you know, here's another technique. You can make different types of curls. Curl it like that. You can make plaques, or you can do large curls and/or, you know, and see how this still has time because it's not set. I can actually shape and manipulate this before it sets. So if I wanted to, I could take this and make a ribbon loop if I wanted to. So what I like to do is then separate out where my big shavings are, where my little curls are, where my fine curls are. And this just helps me when I have to decorate, kind of understand what I got. Now I'm going to take this plastic sheet, I'm just going to add a little bit of chocolate to this and spread it out. And basically what this will do is create like panels from this, or plaquettes, so that when I crack them, I have like flat shards as opposed to curls like that. Okay, and I'll let that solidify for a second. I'm gonna collect all my shavings, clean up, and then we'll decorate this cake. Okay, so now we have our cake that's nice and set from the fridge. I have our shavings, some confection sugar, and I have our chocolate. You could see as it sat, it started curling up because it got tempered. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the plastic over. I'm gonna peel that away. And the longer that would have sat there, you could see this shine. There's a temper shine. That would actually, you know, come across all of this if I let it sit for a little longer. But in this case, I'm covering it up anyhow, so it's not gonna matter. So I'm going to break my chocolate pieces up. I'm applying my chocolate pieces, you know, again in that placard technique, in kind of a fanning style. In no particular shape, no particular order. I mean, I kind of want it to be a little abstract. Again, I'm showing you guys this technique because it's an achievable way to get a really cool classical cake in your repertoire. I'm going to take some straws. And I'm going to take all these chocolate shavings and place them in the center. All these nice pieces of chocolate, kind of in a nice mound. And all that broken chocolate I'll sprinkle around here. I really want this cake to look nice and decadent. I like to cover it with a little bit of confection sugar. We have ourselves our Black Forest torte. That's our Black Forest torte. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. If you want to see other more classic desserts, I'm happy to bring them to you. That is my tradition. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you soon.